My friends, I have very little to say. Life is basic. 99% of this audience is doing shit because they value somebody else's opinion more than their own. If I sat down with all of you one by one, I could figure out every dumb thing you're doing and trace it back to you're doing it to impress somebody or to prove somebody wrong. It's the biggest mistake you can make, and if you leave here with anything, the second you can get quiet in here and stop worrying about the judgment of others, the second shit starts actually happening. That gets even harder in today's new world of living publicly. It's true. Now, I like the motivation of a chip on the shoulder. I love that I post my report card and I was ranked 243 out of 254 in my entire class. And I find it really fun and exciting that my mission now is to create more wealth and success than the rest of my fucking class combined. But that shouldn't be the reason you do things, right? And so there's a couple things that I want to break through in this meeting today. Number one is, why do you do what you do? Because way too many people are doing it from a place of defense. And I'm trying to figure out every day how to produce content or have a conversation of getting you to do it for yourself. For yourself. How many people saw Rocky IV, the Russian one? Super interesting, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I was born in Belarus and former Soviet Union. It's a very different reason why I like this moment. In the end of that movie, the most interesting part is what Drago says after he loses. Rocky wins, and then they take the mic, and Rocky does the whole we can be friends shit, which worked for a few minutes. But what was way more important is what Drago said, which is he said, I didn't fight Rocky for this country, I fought him for myself. And I was a young kid when that movie came out, and it has stuck with me forever. Some of you consume my content and know I talk a lot about, I don't care what you think about my losses. My L is my L. You're more than welcome to leave a comment and clown on me when I fail on something, when something doesn't work out. I have good news for you. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. In the session I just had, we were talking about this shit, and I was like, look, because I think Facebook and Instagram is so underpriced and I want you to pour money into it, I'm trying to convince people to sell their homes and live in an apartment and take the money and reinvest it in their business, because nobody takes advantage of all 6 of their bedrooms when they buy a 6-bedroom home. We live in 3 fucking rooms. Everybody's doing shit for the outside. You wear the clothes for the outside, you floss, you front. And it's the biggest fucking mistake you make. I've been inside my own head for a long time on the back of really good parenting and circumstance. The great advantage of being born with nothing and being an immigrant is you were told from the get that you suck and you lost, and that is the advantage. The disadvantage is entitlement. How many people here have kids? Raise your hand. Cool. You want to do a real favor for your kids? Stop protecting them. 8th place trophies leads to dumb shit. Losing my whole life is the greatest fucking thing that happened. I cried every time. My mom was happy about it. This is a very simple binary game. In life and in business, you are either on the offense or you're on the defense. Way too many of you are sitting here right now and thinking you're in the middle. There is no middle. You're either going backwards or you're going forwards. There's no fucking neutral in the way that we live this. To me, education is the game, but not the way it's packaged in our society today. Fuck school the way we have it now. Fuck it. That doesn't mean education's not the game. What did I do in the first 7 minutes of my talk here? I'm trying to educate. Listen to me, fuckers. Listen carefully. If you're not producing words, videos, or pictures for Instagram, Facebook, podcasting, YouTube, LinkedIn, and that world, you don't fucking exist, nor does your business. Listen, and do not have the wrong KPI. It's not how many likes or followers you have. I have a funny feeling here, if you got 1 follower and 1 like, but you were getting what you wanted for the content that you put out financially or emotionally, you'd be super happy. Do not get caught up in the micro game of social. People always roll up at me, they're like, I have 1 million followers. I'm like, so? Like, what are you doing with that attention? What are you trying to accomplish, and what is your goal? And by the way, you wanna make money? Mazel tov. You wanna change the world? Mazel tov. I have no interest in judging your ambition. My interest is in, are you relevant in May 2018? Are you relevant in May 2018? I don't care. People are like, Gary Vee, what's the next fucking big platform? I don't know, dick. I'm not fucking Nostradamus up here. I don't know what the next big platform is. I know what platform is working right now. I know that YouTube is working right now. I know that Facebook's working right now. I know that none of you, because if I'm not all in with somebody who's got 22 full-time employees now, up from 1 in 3 years working on my content, if I know in my heart that I'm pouring millions and have 22 full-time people making written words, audio, and video, and I can feel it as I stand on this stage that I'm not even close to putting in enough chips, the fuck are you doing? This is the most selfish keynote I've ever given. I'm being serious. I am putting a deep fucking flag in the ground telling you right now that if you post once a day on Instagram, make it 4. If you don't post on Twitter, start. If you stopped posting on Snapchat stories because Instagram has that feature too, you're a fucking idiot. And guess what? All of you did it. Attention is the asset. Everything you aspire for. Why am I building VaynerMedia? I'm building it because I want to build an attention Death Star. And if I need to point that at curing a disease that my mom gets one day, or helping my best friend become the governor of Florida, or to sell sneakers, or to make all of you a Jets fan, even though you don't know it's what I'm doing to you right now, that's fine. Go look at my post 3 posts ago on Instagram. I love when you fucking boo me dicks. Don't get it twisted. Negative reinforcement is the strength. Fake positivity leads to an awfully bad place here, and that's what's going on in the system. Really? Your self-esteem is wrapped up in how many likes you get? Really? This is, no question, the second best time in the internet era in the last 20 years, and it lives on 4 apps on this phone, and none of us are doing enough reps. More reps. I don't care what the history of your content and ads have been on these platforms. Whatever it was is yesterday. Get yourself educated. Go home, go on Google and type in, how do I run Instagram ads? Go home, go on Google and run, how do I run pre-roll YouTube ads based on people's Google search query? Go home and DM 100 influencers on Instagram and ask them how much it costs for them to give you a shout out for whatever the fuck you're selling. The quicker you become a practitioner. Do you know how many people in this room have opinions on Facebook and Instagram ads, but have never run one? Too much headline reading, not enough fucking doing. I can't say it enough. The reason this is the most selfish keynote I've ever given is because I'm putting a flag in the ground and telling you that everybody in this room needs to do way more content on these social networks, because it is where the attention is, it's where the underpriced attention is, and it is 100% how you're gonna get to where you wanna get to. Period, end of story. There is no advertising, there's content put in front of people that create an event. And I just am trying, as you can tell in this talk, to squeeze the shit out of it. Because let me educate you in non-tuition form. Who was the biggest advertiser in Google AdWords in the first 5 or 6 years of the platform? Amazon. Amazon today, no question, is one of the 1, 2, or 3 most powerful companies in the world on the back of amazing things that Bezos did. But do not get confused the most important one. He and it bet heavy on underpriced attention. You know who else bet on underpriced attention? Muhammad Ali. You know who else? Elvis Presley and the Beatles and basically everybody else you know. You know why you know who Martin Luther King is? Because he was a media savant. There was a lot of people spitting truth. He just knew how to get the cameras to capture it. Please get smart here today. Please get smart here today. Because while you're judging all those people that are winning, while you're judging the Paul brothers, while you're judging the fitness influencers on Instagram, while you sit and fucking judge, people are gobbling up real estate of attention and are gonna execute on what they want. So you can have all the fun you want judging. There's a small group out there that's executing. I am trying to convince one person in this room to start executing. One. Just one of the 10,000 of you. I don't need all of you. One. How many people are gonna be in a place? You know how many of you are winning at some level, but you're not reinvesting your money into it? This is the greatest era. Instead of the 100,000 in profit that you're making going into another vacation or a fucking Supreme bag, what about putting that money into more Instagram ads and Facebook ads? Because I'm not trying to buy a Porsche, I'm trying to buy the Porsche fucking company. Now, that's me. I'm not trying to impose my ambitions or what I want to do in my career on you. I'm just trying to get you to understand one truth. There is one reason I stand up here. It's because I was parented extremely well. But the execution underneath that is because I've always had one religion, not money. I've had the religion of attention. Because if you have the attention, you can do anything. Do you know why P. Diddy sits on the sphere that he sits on? Because when TRL had the attention of every teenager in America, he used to run from his bad boy office and crash Carson Daly's set every day because he's smart. Do you know why Will Smith is doing what he's doing on Instagram right now? Because he's smart. Because being a big movie star isn't the same thing it was 20 years ago. It doesn't carry the same attention. My friends, it's happened. The internet is here. You may not want to put in the work, that's fine. But it's just like fitness. You can't read about doing push-ups. You gotta do them.